It seems the tide has fully turned against Meghan Markle, and this time, the backlash didn't come from British tabloids or palace insiders but from the public in full force at an international airport. Eyewitnesses at Dubai International Airport report a brutal roasting as Meghan arrived days after becoming the center of a scathing new South Park episode that caricatured her and Prince Harry's relentless pursuit of privacy, while constantly seeking public attention. What was once dismissed as satire now mirrors public sentiment, and this time there was no hiding behind PR teams. Dubai travelers, media, and even airport staff allegedly greeted her with disdain, eye rolls, and viral commentary as her arrival turned into an uncomfortable spectacle of public humiliation. For a woman who once claimed to be the victim of a racially motivated media smear campaign, this incident marked a sharp and undeniable twist in her public perception. Reports suggest that upon arrival, Meghan's usual entourage and demand for VIP treatment were met with cold stares and murmurs from travelers who were already aware of the South Park mockery, an episode that has gone viral for its bold depiction of the couple's hypocrisy. The show's creators didn't hold back, portraying Meghan as obsessed with fame, shallow branding, and weaponizing victimhood for profit. And now, people are reacting not with sympathy, but with pointed ridicule. In Dubai, a place known for luxury and celebrity hospitality, the reaction was quite the opposite, making it clear that the global tide of opinion is shifting fast. What's especially shocking is how this incident has made people question the integrity of Meghan's public image. Once celebrated as a fresh, inclusive addition to the royal family, she's now seen by many as a manipulative media player. Her repeated contradictions, like demanding privacy while signing multi-million-dollar media deals, have become too glaring to ignore. The South Park episode didn't invent new criticisms, it simply amplified what many already believed. From their infamous Oprah interview to their Netflix docuseries and Harry's memoir Spare, the couple has strategically positioned themselves as victims while cashing in on the very system they claim to despise. And now it seems the general public is finally calling out the act. According to multiple airport sources, some travelers reportedly asked security why Meghan was getting special treatment, with one onlooker reportedly saying, "Why are we rolling out the red carpet for someone who built a career bashing her own family?" The reaction was immediate and pointed. Social media platforms exploded with videos and reactions from bystanders, some mocking her celeb in distress expression as she was quickly escorted away from the public terminal. Memes and hashtags like Duchess of Double Standards and Megxit Backlash began trending again, proving that the public's patience for the Markle brand has worn thin. Even in celebrity-loving cities like Dubai, people are beginning to see through the carefully crafted narratives. Meghan's arrival wasn't met with screams of adoration but awkward glances, camera flashes, and whispers about that South Park episode. It was as if the satire had finally jumped from the screen into real life. The show's portrayal of Meghan as obsessed with superficial branding, "We want privacy," shouted while holding a book titled The World's Most Private Couple, is suddenly no longer just entertainment, it's the lens through which millions now view her. Critics have long warned that Meghan's PR machinery, backed by multi-million-dollar contracts with Spotify, Netflix, and other corporations, would eventually crumble under the weight of its contradictions. That moment may have arrived. Spotify already severed ties with the couple, with executives reportedly branding them as grifters. Netflix is rumored to be reconsidering future collaborations, and even former fans are beginning to admit that perhaps the royal family's restraint, once seen as cold, is now appearing more dignified by contrast. This Dubai incident isn't just a PR slip, it's a symbol of how Meghan Markle has become a polarizing figure, not because of racism or misogyny, as her defenders often claim, but because of her actions. The backlash wasn't orchestrated by the British press or the monarchy, it was organic, public, and global. When real people in an international airport feel emboldened to express their disapproval, it's a sign that the carefully polished brand is cracking. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: Meghan Markle's global citizen narrative is under siege. The public is no longer buying the stories of oppression and victimhood when they come wrapped in luxury brands, private jets, and constant media exposure. If Meghan wants to rebuild her reputation, it may take more than a podcast, a documentary, or another confessional interview. She'll need to face the reality that the public, armed with satire, social media, and sharp memory, won't be so easily manipulated anymore. In the end, perhaps South Park did more than roast a public figure. It held up a mirror, and now, the world is reacting not with sympathy but with laughter, frustration, and a desire for authenticity over theatrics. That mirror has exposed what many have been whispering for years, that Meghan Markle's narrative is less about truth and more about controlling the message, the media, and the public's emotions. But now, with satire stripping away the layers, even once loyal supporters are beginning to reconsider. South Park may have exaggerated, but the punchlines hit because they were rooted in reality. The show distilled years of public grievances into 20 minutes of brutal honesty, something traditional media and royal commentators have danced around for far too long. Now, after the Dubai airport incident, those grievances have a face, an unfiltered, unsympathetic crowd reacting with visible disdain. It's no longer just critics or journalists questioning Meghan's authenticity, it's everyday people in public spaces openly rejecting what they see as a polished but hollow brand built on contradictions. If the Meghan-Harry machine once thrived on the power of storytelling, it now seems caught in its own web. With every appearance, every new exclusive, the couple risks further alienation. What remains to be seen is whether Meghan will acknowledge this global shift or continue down a path where the pursuit of influence is mistaken for relevance, and where the applause is increasingly drowned out by silence, laughter, or worse, indifference.